So coming to a comfortable seat, just know that you are setting aside this next hour as sacred time, sacred space, a time to go inward, time to let go of any thoughts or worries, time just to be here now in this present moment, in this chapter of life. So you can close your eyes, start to go inward now. Start to notice the sensations within your body. Start to notice the feeling of the floor beneath you. Notice how your sit bones make contact with the floor. Feel the clothing touching your skin. Feel the air flowing through your nostrils. For this next hour, we don't have to have any goals. We don't have to have any destination. We don't have to create any change. This next hour is about just being present with what is, going deeper into this moment, deeper into stillness, into the yin energy. The yin energy accepts the moment as it is. Just noticing the breath, just noticing yourself alive and present here and now in this moment. On an inhale, slightly lift your chest. On an exhale, slightly tuck your chin. Inhale, circle sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. For this next hour, we will honor our body, our mind, and our spirit. We honor our body with some movement and some stillness. We honor our mind, giving it a break from thoughts and worries, just to be here now, feeling this moment. And we honor our spirit by setting an intention for this time in your journey. So take this moment to set your intention for this practice. Your intention could be one word, a phrase, or a feeling, whatever energy will be most helpful, most healing to you at this time in your journey. Breathe in your intention. Exhale, let it go and release your hands. And with that intention in mind, let's start off in a child's posture on the back half of your mat. In child's pose, you can bring your two big toes to touch, and you can spread your knees out as wide as you like. I usually go about as wide as a typical yoga mat. Sit your hips back onto your heels, stretch your arms out long, and come to rest your third eye center on the mat, resting the forehead and the bridge of the nose on the mat. Start to settle into this posture here. Just becoming curious as to what sensations arise within your body. Curious as to how you make contact with the earth rising up to support you. Let's do some pranayama here with 3 cleansing breaths. You can exhale out all of your air here. Take a deep inhale through your nose for 4, 3, 2, open mouth, HA. Take another deep inhale through your nose. Breathe deep into your hips. Expand your lower back. Expand the sides of your ribs. Open mouth, HA. Then take your deepest inhale through your nose, filling up every cell in your body with fresh prana energy. Open mouth, HA. You can close your lips now and breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. In through your nose
and out through your nose. My friends, we are with the breath now. We are present with the breath. For this next hour, I invite you to meditate on the breath. See if you can be present and feel each inhale breath and each exhale breath. And friends, if you ever find your mind wandering, you can come back to this breath with no judgments on yourself. That is the practice of meditation. In child's pose, make prayer hands on your mat and bring your prayer hands back behind your neck, pressing your thumbs into the back of your neck. Maybe you're feeling a nice tricep stretch here. If you'd like to deepen this tricep stretch, walk each elbow forward 1 or 2 steps and start to melt your heart a little bit deeper towards the earth, pressing your thumbs back into the back of your neck as you breathe into your triceps. Release your prayer hands back to the mat. Start to tiptoe your hands over the right edge of your mat. Or for a deeper stretch, you can come well off of the edge of your mat. Stack your left hand on top of your right. Start to press through your straight arms, pressing your left hip towards your left heel. Slightly drop your left shoulder and breathe space into the left side of your body. Maybe you're feeling a nice, yummy stretch through your left lat, left side ribs, down to your left oblique or left hip. Tiptoe your hands back through center and over to the left edge of your mat. Or maybe you like to come well off of the left edge. Stack your right hand on top of your left. Start to press back through your straight arms, pressing your right hip towards your right heel. Slightly drop your right shoulder and breathe into the stretch of your right side body. In this practice, every breath, every inhale is a stretch from within, expanding you. Every exhale, you can relax deeper into the pose, deeper into this meditation. Return back to centered child's pose. Let's thread the needle here. Lift your body up an inch and thread your right arm underneath your left. You can set your right ear on the mat if that feels good. Some yogis will like to add in a half bind here with the left arm coming behind your lower back, if that feels good. As you inhale, breathe space behind your right shoulder. Every exhale, relax a little bit more body weight into your shoulder and your hips. The inhales create space. The exhales relax you deeper. Return back to centered child's pose. Then thread your left arm underneath your right. You can set your left ear on the mat if that feels good. Maybe you like to take the half bind here with the right arm behind your lower back. As you inhale, send your loving awareness behind your left shoulder. Every exhale, relax a little bit deeper, softening towards the earth. Return back to centered child's pose for one last round of mindful breath here. Tabletop pose. Shift forward so that your hands are under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Let your head hang heavy here and just start to rock your hips from side to side. Just welcoming some movement into your body this afternoon. Just warming up your hips, your spine, your shoulders, and neck. You can start to look back at your heels on each side, getting this nice lateral side to side warm up of your spine.
You can start to turn this into some free movements now. Maybe you'd like to roll out your shoulders a little bit. Maybe you would like to roll your hips in a little figure 8 motion. Maybe you like to sit your hips back onto your heels. There really are no wrong answers. So much of yoga is getting to know your body, getting to trust that intuition and wisdom within you, going back through billions of years of evolution, all within you. Let's meet back in tabletop for some cats and cows. Inhale, cow pose, eyes up, tailbone up. Exhale, cat, hollow and round your spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat, really press away your mat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one here, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And return back to a flat, neutral tabletop. So this is a full body stretch class. We're gonna work on even our hands and our feet today. So for our hands, externally rotate both hands. So the right hand turns to the right, clockwise. The left hand turns to the left, counterclockwise. So if you end up with your fingers facing all the way backwards towards your body, like I am here, you can start to lean back, starting to peel your palms off of the mat, getting a nice stretch through your hands, through your forearms, just breathing into that stretch. If you ended up more with your fingers to either side, you can start to gently rock from side to side. Just staying present with the sensations, present with the breath. Good. Return your hands to normal. Let's do the tops of our hands now. Lift up your right hand, turn it upside down so that your fingers face your body, and then set your hand back down. And then do the same with your left hand as well. So now we have the backs of our hands on the mat. Spread all 10 of your fingers wide. Press the backs of all 10 fingers down into the mat. Continue to press your fingers down. Can you lift and connect just your thumb and index finger here? Then your thumb and middle finger. Then thumb and ring finger. Thumb and pinky finger. Work your way back through thumb to ring finger. Thumb to middle finger. And thumb to index finger. Release. You can return your hands to normal. You can roll out each wrist a couple of times. It's totally normal for your wrists to feel almost weak after that stretch. We created a lot of space, a lot of new blood flow is happening now in the hands and wrists. Amazing job there, my friends. Awesome, awesome. Now let's work on our feet and our neck at the same time. Bring your knees and feet together and sit back onto your heels. So this right here is called hero's pose, as we sit with our legs folded underneath us. And this is a really common way of sitting in Asia, in Japan, for example. If this is not working for your knees, you can take a pillow or a bolster and put it between your seat and your heels. This will help to relieve that compression of your knees. So to stretch the tops of our feet here in hero's pose, separate your feet just a little bit, just so that they're not touching on the inside. And then start to lean back and see if you can lift your knees up off the ground here. Now this will be a pretty intense stretch of the tops of your feet as well as your shins. If you want to go crazy with it, you can find your prayer hands as well. But this can be a really nice but intense stretch. So there's something to try out and play with there, is that stretch of the tops of your feet. And you can always use your hands on the ground as well for that extra support. Amazing job, my friends. Now let's get the bottoms of the feet. We can shift forward, tuck your toes underneath of your feet, and then sit back onto your heels. This is a modified hero's pose. Our bottoms of our feet are now getting a passive stretch while we sit in this position. From here, let's combine this with some neck stretches. I'm gonna shift my camera up a little bit. So I have my toes tucked under, Sit with your chest up, nice and tall, spine straight. And look straight up to the ceiling and back to center. Tuck your chin into your chest and back up to center. Look over to the right, back to center. Look to the left, back to center. Tuck your chin to your chest. Let's take some circles here. Bring right ear towards right shoulder. Let your head fall back. Left ear towards left shoulder. Chin to chest. We'll take it back the other way. Bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Let your head fall back. Right ear towards right shoulder. Chin to chest. Return your head to neutral. You can untuck your toes. And if that was kind of intense for your feet, maybe you'd like to kick your feet out against the mat here or clasp your feet together a little bit. That just helps to relieve that intensity from your feet. Amazing job, my friends. So we have gone through kind of our warm-up and we're ready to settle into some stillness here. Let's find a Sphinx pose. You can lay all the way flat to your mat. And we'll set up like the statue of the Egyptian Sphinx. Place your elbows directly under your shoulders. So your humerus bone, your upper arm bone here, is straight up and down. We'll settle into this pose for about 1.5 minutes. And the idea of this pose is that it's a back bend for our spine. So you can let your hips relax down into the earth. You can lift your chin, and you can press down with your elbows, pressing down into the earth to lift your chest. Slightly squeeze your shoulder blades back behind you, as if you're pressing your heart forward. You can look up a little bit and breathe through your torso. Just staying present with the breath. Just going deeper into this moment with curiosity, with loving awareness. Back bends like this are wonderful for counteracting any hunching over the desk or the computer. As you bring your shoulders back here. And now in the final 20 seconds of this pose, if your spine is feeling pretty mobile and you want to go a little bit deeper, you can rise up to straight arms here for a seal pose. Now in seal, the idea is to drop your shoulders low away from your ears. Lift your heart, lift your chin, let your hips relax down, look up and breathe. Keep those relaxed breaths flowing through. And exhale, release all the way to lying on your front. We're setting up now for wing pose, a shoulder and pectoral stretch. Take your right arm and send it straight out from your right shoulder. I'll start actually with my left side to demonstrate here. So I'm placing my left arm straight out from the left shoulder, using my right arm to press myself onto this left side. So either side that you can be on right here. So maybe this is all you need to start to feel the stretch, being propped up with your right arm. If you'd like to go a little deeper into the stretch, your right leg can come behind you in a kickstand. And if you want to go a little bit deeper still, your right arm can become that half bind behind your lower back. Settling in for 1 minute on each side here. Feel the inhales creating some space in your shoulder. Every exhale, relax a little bit more open. Opening up your shoulder girdle here, sort of like a hardcover book getting opened up for the first time.
Gently roll back to your center. And we'll do the other side now. So maybe you started with your right, maybe you started with your left, but either way, find your other side, sending one arm straight out. Use the other arm to press yourself up onto this side. The couch is a little bit in the way. Here we go. Now from here, if you want to go deeper, you can make your kickstand with the leg. You can go in deeper still. Maybe you find the half bind to help hold you in place. We're here just to notice. We're here just to groove with what's going on. Noticing the inhales flowing through, nourishing every cell in the body. Noticing the exhales, relaxing you deeper. These deep stretches and this meditation on the breath, we really get in touch with our parasympathetic nervous system. That's our relaxation, that's our rest and digest within our body. So as we integrate more with our body, we're also bringing that relaxation into our mind, into our spirit as well. Gently roll back to your center. And then press yourself up to a tabletop pose. So if you remember, we did our Sphinx pose, which was a back bend. Let's get into an opposite of a back bend, more of a forward fold. You're gonna have two options here, either embryo or half tortoise. I'll show embryo first. They both start from a hero's pose. Bring your knees and feet together. Sit back onto your heels. So this is how we'll start the posture. For embryo, you'll be taking your hands and you'll be taking the knife edge of each hand, the pinky side, placing them in the waistline with the palms facing up. As you inhale, you can lift your chest. And exhale, roll forward, rounding your spine, laying your stomach into your hands. You can let your third eye center relax to the mat. This is a rounding of your back to stretch your whole back. The key here, watch what I do with my elbows. Completely release the elbows toward the floor, letting your upper back and your shoulder blades open up. Now, if you don't like this pose, some yogis don't like the feeling of their hands being near the stomach and maybe restricting the breath a little bit. So if you don't like this pose, your other option is half tortoise, placing the hands together. The thumb wraps around the opposite hand, arms overhead. As you inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, tuck your chin and round down. Try to have your forehead reach the mat around the same time as your hands. Now you can press through your straight arms, pressing your heels, your sit bones back towards your heels. This pressing through straight arms creates traction through your spine, lengthening, creating space through all of your back muscles. So whether you prefer embryo or half tortoise, let's settle in for about a minute and a half here. Just staying present with this moment. There's no rush to get to a next moment. When you're ready, shift forward to a tabletop pose.
Amazing job, my friends. Next up, we're going to get into our hips a little bit with dragon pose. And I think it'll make the most sense if I turn around this way. You guys don't have to turn around, but just so that I'm demonstrating the right side first. So for dragon, this will be a hip stretch. Take your right foot and place it just outside of your right hand. So now your right shin and your right arm are two parallel lines. Now our next step is that we want to take this angle out of the hip by dropping our hips. So we can tuck the left toes and inch the left knee back once or twice. So now we're here in dragon with our straight arms. So the straight arm dragon is all about letting your hips relax down. Notice if your right knee wants to relax more to the right, that's totally okay. You can lift your heart here. So this is your straight arm option. Maybe you want to hold here for this next minute and a half. Maybe you decide you want to go a little bit deeper, coming down to the forearms, or some yogis will lay all the way to the mat. So find your deepest expression or wherever feels good for you today. Just feeling this breath. Feeling each inhale, creating space within the hips and pelvis. And then riding every exhale towards the floor, letting gravity take over a little bit more. These deep stretches are a wonderful teacher of that yin energy. In the yin energy, we don't force anything. We just hold space for it to happen naturally. Stop being kind to yourself. Practicing this self-love. Now we're going to be adding on to this pose. So let's rise up to straight arms, if you're not already, for twisted dragon. Your left hand can go to the midline of your mat here, and place your right hand on your right thigh. Let your hips relax down towards the earth, lift your heart, then press and twist to look over your right shoulder. Or maybe you just hold here. If you'd like to reach back and be a dragon grabbing its tail, you can go for that here. Just keep in mind that you might cramp your hamstring as you go for that reach, so be careful. Release. You can send your right leg back to tabletop. Amazing job, my friends. Feel free to rock your hips from side to side. Dragon pose. There's a lot of fire in this dragon pose. It's sort of the peak of our class as far as the stretch intensity goes. So we're going to do the left side now, and I'll be switching to facing this way. Place your left foot outside of your left hand, creating these two parallel lines with your left shin and your left arm. Tuck your right toes to inch your right knee back once or twice. With straight arms, you can let your left knee relax out to the left. You can let your hips drop down and lift your heart. So that's your straight arm variation. If you want to go deeper, you can come down to the elbows or lower. Settling in for a minute and a half here of mindful breath.
Our yoga practice is so beautiful in its simplicity. Just being present, just being a living, breathing organism, and letting that be perfectly enough for this moment. We don't need anything else. Just honoring what is, honoring your incarnation, honoring your body, your mind, your spirit. Let's rise up to straight arms for the twisted dragon. Your right hand can go to the midline of your mat. Place your left hand on your left thigh. Lift your heart, let your hips drop down. You can press and twist to look over your left shoulder. You can hold right there, or you can reach back and grab your foot. A dragon grabbing its tail. Be mindful of the possible hamstring cramp there. One reason I really like this stretch is it's a really good quadricep stretch for the front of the thigh. And there's not a lot of quad stretching in yoga. There's only a few poses that will really get us deep quadricep stretch. Release. You can send your left leg back, bringing you back to the tabletop. In between sides, maybe you like to rock the hips from side to side. Maybe you like to sit your hips back onto your heels. Whatever helps you integrate that deep stretch we just had. Next, let's get into our hamstrings a little bit with a half splits or a full splits, your choice. So we're going to start off in tabletop. Place your right foot between your two hands. Now, if you're going for a half splits, what you're going to do here is start to shift your weight back. Spike your right heel so that you're flexing your right toes back towards your face. You can inhale to lift your chest and exhale to hinge forward from your hips with each breath. We're getting a nice, yummy stretch in the right hamstring here. You can stay hovered off of the back heel. Some yogis like to sit all the way down onto this back heel if that compression is okay in your left knee. And if you'd like to come into a full splits, you can take your full splits here. In full splits, you might want to be upright, or you might like to lay over your front leg. Both are great options. Laying over the front leg, you'll get deeper into your right hamstring. Being straight up, you'll get deeper into the left hip flexor. And release. You can bring it back to tabletop. Coming into the second side now, the left side. Place your left foot between your two hands. If you're taking your half splits, you can start to send the weight back here. You can start to spike your left foot, flexing the toes back towards your face. Maybe you hinge from here, hovering over the back heel. Maybe you prefer to sit all the way down onto the back heel. Maybe you prefer to work on the full splits. When you're ready, gently bring it back to a tabletop.
Our next posture is going to be half pigeon pose for the hips and glutes. Place your right shin across your mat. Tuck your left toes to inch your left knee back along the mat once or twice. Inhale to lift your chest, and then exhale to come down to your depth. Maybe you come down to your forearms, or maybe you like to lay a bit lower, laying all the way to the mat. We'll be here for about 2.5 minutes on each side. This can be one of the most relaxing poses. So I invite you for this next 2.5 minutes to follow your breath on the journey of sensation, going deeper into the posture. Going deeper into your meditation. Gently rise back to your straight arms when you're ready. We're going to be adding on to this half pigeon. So here with our straight arms, we're in a variation called proud pigeon with our chest lifted. So maybe you'd like to hold here for the next half minute or so. If you want to go a little bit further into a king pigeon or a mermaid, take your right hand and place it on the midline of your mat. Reach your left hand back and see if you want to take hold of your left foot here. So that's that first step into the mermaid or the half pigeon. From there, you can work your left foot into the left elbow crease. And the final step is finding the vine behind your head here. So just going as deep into that progression as your body wants to go today. Release. And send your right leg back, bringing you back to your tabletop. In between sides, feel free to rock your hips, taking any integration movements that help you. Then we're coming into our left side of half pigeon pose. Place your left shin across your mat. Tuck your right toes to inch your right knee back once or twice. Inhale to lift your chest, and exhale, come down to your depth. Settling in for 2.5 minutes here.
Just giving yourself this sacred time that you deserve to nurture yourself. This is a time for self-love. This is a time for deep rest, deep nourishment. Just noticing how each exhale can bring you a little bit further along that endless spectrum of relaxation. We tune into the breath to learn to deactivate our muscles. And that exact process creates relaxation of our mind. Just accepting this moment exactly as it is. Gently rise to your straight arms. For our proud pigeon here, this is the straight arm variation where you lift your heart, let your hips relax down. So maybe you'd like to hold here. If you want to go further into that progression towards king pigeon or mermaid, place your left hand on the midline. Reach your right hand back to grab your right foot. Maybe you just like to hold this step, or you can go deeper, working the right foot into your right elbow crease. And the final step is finding the bind behind your head, being kind to yourself here. Staying curious as to what sensations arise from each pose. Release. And this time we can sit down onto the left hip and swing the right leg around and forward. You'll end up here with your right leg out straight and your left foot in at your inner thigh. We're setting up for Janu Shirshasana, forehead to knee pose. Sit tall, finding your sit bones, and turn to face your right foot. Inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, forward fold over your right leg. Tuck your chin into your chest. Bring your forehead in the direction of your knee or your shin. This stretch is mostly for your lower back. Now, if you find yourself a bit stuck at this stage of the stretch, your hamstring could be holding you back a little bit, so you can bend your knee and see if you're able to lift, lengthen, and lay over your leg a bit more. If you find yourself stuck a bit back there. Gently rise back to your seat, and we'll take a brief counter posture, stargazer pose. Take your left hand and place it right behind your tailbone, your fingers facing back away from you. Sweep your right arm high and rise up into a kneeling back bend. Let your head fall back as you hoist your hips to the sky. Shine your heart.
Breathe space between each rib. You can roll out your right wrist if that feels good. Maybe you like to roll out your whole right arm, being gentle with your shoulder joint. Exhale, release back to your seat. We'll switch our legs here. Send your left leg out long. Bring your right foot in. Sit nice and tall and turn to face your left foot. Inhale, circle, sweep your arm. Exhale, forward fold. Janu Shirshasana, forehead to knee pose. Tuck your chin into your chest. Bring your forehead in the direction of your shin or your knee. And just as a reminder, if you feel a bit stuck up here, bending your knee can really help. Gently rise back to your seat for Stargazer pose. Place your right hand behind your tailbone. Sweep your left arm high and rise up into your kneeling back bend. Let your head fall back. Shine your heart. This time close your eyes and make this about your energy as you radiate your beautiful vibration from heart center. Send your intention out to the universe. Maybe you like to roll out your left wrist. Maybe you like to roll out your whole left arm, just being gentle with your shoulder. And exhale, release back to your seat. Amazing job, my friends. We're now going to be laying down for the rest of this practice. And the first pose on our back is going to be a reclined butterfly. So for reclined butterfly, let me shift the camera down a bit here. For a reclined butterfly, you can bring the soles of your feet together to touch. You can let your knees fall wide apart. So this is for the lower body here, opening up the hips. And as far as opening up your heart, I like to walk my shoulder blades together behind me and have 90-degree cactus arms here, really opening up your heart space. We'll be settling in now for 3 minutes in this posture. Just here to feel the breath flowing through. Every inhale can be a deep belly breath, breathing into your hips. Every exhale, let your bones weigh a little bit heavier into the earth. This is a posture of openness. Life isn't always easy, and as we go through that journey, it's very natural for us to sometimes become closed off to
ourselves, closed off to blessings. But every day we have this opportunity to let go, to come back to center, to open ourselves up again to the good that's all around us and in us. Just opening up to this moment exactly as it is. Thoughts arise, we acknowledge them without judgment, and we let them float on and come back to the breath, back to our center of loving awareness. When you're ready to come out of this posture, you may need to use your hands to help your legs come back together because they can get very relaxed there. Next up is Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana. Place both of your feet up as if you're in a wide squat on the ceiling. You can take hold of your feet from the outside or the inside if that's better for you. And if your feet aren't quite accessible, you can grab your calves or the backs of your knees. Start to pull your feet nice and wide apart, and then start to pull down, lowering your knees a little bit more towards the earth. And then feel what changes as you start to press your feet up into your hands. Maybe you feel your lower back and your sacrum pressing a bit more firmly into the earth. From here, breathe deeply into your hips, your pelvis, your lower back. Breathing into the deepest part of your core, where we often hold a lot of tension. Breathing deep belly breaths, just like happy babies do. Maybe you like to rock from side to side. Maybe you like to kick out one leg straight and then the other, maybe both legs. Getting playful here. Remember, this is your practice, this is your life. You can be playful, you can make it what you want. You can always open up to wonder, to joy. So let's do a little progression here from Happy Baby to a half Happy Baby. Leave your right arm and right leg as they are, and release your left leg to hover 1 inch above the floor. And you can flex your left heel away from you. I'm a little bit out of camera with the foot there. Flexing the left heel away. See if this now allows you to pull your right foot and right knee a little bit lower towards the earth. Breathing here into your hips. This is sort of like an upside down dragon pose, really opening up your hips. You can hold right here if this is the edge of the intensity for you. If you'd like to go a little bit further, we can rock the baby. Take your right foot and place it into your left elbow crease. Then place your right knee in your right elbow crease. You're holding your lower leg like a baby. Then see if you can lay your head back down to the mat. You can start to rock from side to side here, rocking the baby. This is sort of an upside down half pigeon pose as we get into the hip and glute here. Now maybe this is as far as you want to take this today, just to show you guys where this progression can go. The next step is to take your right foot, your right leg, and put it over your shoulder, sort of like a backpack strap, like you're putting on your backpack. And then the final step is to place the foot behind your head, if that's where it wants to go today. It's just good to know where these progressions go and how yogis get to some of these crazier poses. So happy baby, half happy baby, rock the baby, and then foot behind the head if you'd like. Let's find our way back to a full happy baby,
You can walk from side to side, getting nice and reset. Then coming into the left side, release your right leg to hover 1 inch above the floor and really push down through your whole right leg. Start to pull down now into the left foot, lowering your left knee a little bit closer to the earth. Breathe space into your hips here. If you'd like to take it to rock the baby, take your left foot and place it in your right elbow crease. Then your left knee into your left elbow crease. You're holding your baby here. You can lay all the way back if that works for you and start to rock from side to side. This is loosening up this part of the hip and glute here, near the head of your hip, head of the femur. Now, if you want to take that next step, you start to put the left leg over your left shoulder like a backpack, and then seeing if the foot wants to go behind the head on this side. Just good to know where those progressions can go here. When you're ready, we'll meet back in happy baby. And we'll come into our final twists. Release your knees to this 90-degree angle that I'm demonstrating here. If you want a deeper twist, you can use both knees. And if you want a lighter twist, have just your left knee up. You can spread your arms out on the floor. Let your knee or knees fall over to your right. You can turn your head over to the left. Lately, I've been liking to use the left arm to sort of integrate into this twist, really reaching. From here, we let gravity and breath do all of the stretching. Every inhale, lengthening your spine. Every exhale, surrendering into the twist. Just surrendering into the stillness of this moment, the sacredness you've created here. Use your core muscles to bring everything back to center. If you have the double legs, you can really double check your 90-degree knee angle. And if you have the single leg style, you can release your left leg straight so it's just the right knee up. Let your knee or knees fall to your left. You can turn your head over to the right. Maybe you like to use the right arm to really integrate into this twist. As we're nearing the end of our practice, just letting this relaxation take hold. Letting yourself settle into that peace and tranquility always within you. Your center of loving awareness. Use your core to bring everything back to center. And for our final active pose, bring both knees into your chest and give your legs a big hug. We do this to realign your spine after those twists, but it's even more to realign our hearts with a daily practice of self-love. My friends, in this moment, unapologetically give yourself some love, some gratitude, some compassion. In your life, you can be a supporter to yourself. You can shine your beautiful light inward to illuminate all of the good that you do, all of the good that you are, giving yourself this moment of support and love. Give yourself this big hug. Take a deep inhale breath. Exhale, release into your final Shavasana meditation. You can lay however is comfortable for you. You can make any adjustments that you need to get comfortable. And you can let it all go. Every exhale, like a wave, washes away any stress. Every exhale, you can release your bones, heavy and sinking into the floor. You've done everything there was to do in today's practice. Now is just this moment to be, not a human doing, a human being. Just here to feel the breath. In your meditation, if you ever find your mind wandering, you can always come back to the breath with no judgments. The peace and tranquility that you feel now was not added to you today. It's what's always within you. It's your true nature. Sometimes in life, your true nature might get obscured by other things that are going on, but it's always there. You can always find your way back to that peace, to that tranquility, to the loving awareness within you. My friends, if you'd like to continue to meditate from here, you're welcome to. If you'd like to reawaken to seal this class together, feel free to awaken your body and we can say goodbye on this chat. You can find a comfortable seat if you're ready. On an inhale, slightly lift your chest. On an exhale, slightly tuck your chin. Inhale, circle sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment to recall your intention for this practice. Take this moment to thank yourself for setting aside more than an hour of your day to slow down, to be present, to nurture yourself. It's been my great honor guiding your practice today, my friends. The light in me sees, respects, and cherishes the divine light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you guys. You're all unmuted now.
Thank you, Jake.
Thanks for being here, everyone.
Thank you, Jake. The hip openers were awesome.
So glad to hear that. Thanks for being here, everyone. That was fun. I'm very relaxed personally. Good to see you, Harry. I miss seeing you as well. Thanks, Emily. Glad you're feeling good. Maybe, I don't know if anybody noticed that I snuck out because I had to use the bathroom during half pigeon pose.
Thanks, Jane.
Did not even notice. Very
Awesome, awesome.
super relaxed. All right, let's see you soon.
Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Jake.
Thanks, Anita and Mom, for being here.
Of course.
And rolling.
And now I canceled Spotlight, so now everyone will be able to pop up. Sweet. How are you guys feeling after that?
Good. I did most of it, but I have to get ready for work, so.
Totally. Kinga, how are you doing, my dear? We got Vin here too. Thanks everybody who is here.
Is that Jake? Can you hear Jake?
Roland. Roland.
Roland. Roland, who is that?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
that's my
Is that
family
Roland?
dog.
Where is he?
Roland. Roland. Right here.
He's so confused.